In this video I will show you Facebook pixel conversion API with server-side tracking. Before you watch in this video, you definitely watch my previous video, the Facebook pixel conversion API with browser-side tracking. You will not understand this video without watching my previous video, so definitely watch that. Hello everyone, I am Rakiubl Islam. I work a freelancer. So first of all, see that is my browser container. The container work is already done, and now we can create my another container with the server-side container. Let's see this sheet. I will create this sheet very easily, and I tell them step by step how to create and how to set up your Facebook conversion API. So first of all, we will create a browser-side container. So go to the Google Tag Manager and go to the admin panel and just click the plus icon, and simply I write my server-side container name. So just write Facebook server-side tracking. Okay, and just select our server and create. Okay, and we will create the manually. So that is a code, and this code will connect our server. Our server is the step server. So we will create our new container. So just click the container button and simply write the name, the Facebook conversion API. Conversion API tracking. Okay, and just copy our server container codes and paste here, and select our category and location. I just select the South Indian and create it. Just create our continue panel. Look at that, our step container is here, the Facebook conversion API tracking, and just scroll down. Look at that, that is our server URL. So our next step is, so now we can connect our Google Tag Manager browser site and our server. So just go to the Google Tags, the browser container, and click the new. Select the Google Tags, okay, and write down the randomly any kind of measurement ID. So just copy the measurement ID and put down here. We send also some parameters here, so just write down some parameters. Okay, our first parameter is the server container URL. So just write server container URL and go to the step, that is our server container URL. Okay, just copy it and simply paste here. And our next is send page view. So send page view, is just true. So just copy the true and paste here. And our next is the event ID. Oh sorry, event ID we just copy is the event ID. We don't have event ID any template, so we download the template and just now we can create the variables. So our next is the FBC cookies. Copy the FBC cookies. Okay, and go to the plus icon. Now click the plus icon and select the data layer variables. Okay, data layer variables, and write down the value underscore FBC and write the first party cookies FBC. Okay, FBC. That is a very important things about track our audience in Facebook, the cookie ID. So that's why we send our cookie ID. And the next is the FBP. So just paste here and select the plus icon, choose the data layer variables, and just simply copy and paste here. Okay, write down the cookie ID name and paste here. Okay, our total work is okay, and now we can trigger it the all page and write down the name. Okay, just write down the name, and that is a gap here, so we just save it and back here. So save it and just go to the template, select the search gallery, the variable template, the gallery, and search the event ID. Event ID, so just simply click here and add our variable template. Okay, we just add it and go to the variable section. Simply click the new and select the data layer variable, click the new, and that is our event ID, and just change the name event ID here and save it. And we go back our the tag, and that is the tag here, and we simply select the event ID variables. Just go, and that is our event ID, and simply paste here. Okay, our browser container and our server is already connected. So now we create our conversion API tag in browser side. So just go to the tag section, click the new buttons, click the plus icon, pen icons, and that is our conversion API tag. The API need our pixel ID also, so just go to the pixel settings and click the pixel ID and paste here. And they need also the access token, so simply scroll down slowly, and that is the generate access token, so click there and simply copy it, paste here. And they need also the test event code, so go to the test event, so that is our test code. We just copy it and paste here, and trigger it the client name also. Click the plus icon and select the custom, select the sum event, take the equal and write down GA4. Okay, and simply write down here the client name trigger. Client name trigger and save it. And then now write down the tag name. So we write Facebook conversion API tag and save it. Okay, our total process is okay. So now we can do our main work, the view content event, the add to cart, the begin checkout, and the purchase. That is a huge work, but it's pretty simple. So simply go to the browser site and select the new, click the pen icon and select the analytics 4, that is the Google Analytics 4 events. So they need our measurement ID, so randomly we just use the measurement ID and write down the tag name, the GA4 server side view content tags. So that is a click here, and they name the event name, so event name is view content, and we send some parameters. Click here, okay. So our first parameters is the event ID, so just write the event ID, and our second parameters is the FB content type, okay, content type, and our third is the content name, just copy and paste here, and the fourth one is the content ID, that is the content ID, and the next is the value. Okay, that is the value, and the next one is the currency, so copy the currency and paste here. Next one is the FBC cookies, and our next final one is the FBP cookies. Okay, so we just select our one by one the event ID. So that is our event ID, and the next one is the content type. As usual, the content type is pretty simple, is product, and the next one is the content name. So we just select our content name, the FB product name, and the second one is the content ID, is the content product ID, and the next one is the value. So we select our product price, and the next one is the product currency. So we select our FB currency, and the next one is the FBC cookies. So we select our FBC cookies, and the next one is the FBP cookies, and we select it. And our final work is we just selected our trigger, so that is our view item trigger, and our all process is done, that is a green signal, and just save it. So look at that, as usual our view content and our add to cart event is also same. So we simply copy the view content event and change the name. Okay, copy it and just change the name here, and simply change the event name also. So we copy the event name and change here, and that is all things is also same, and we simply change our trigger name. So just copy it and change the add to cart. Okay, our all process is okay. Now save it. Our view content and our add to cart is also done, and our next one is the begin checkout. Begin checkout is also the same, so we copy the add to cart and change the name, the begin checkout. So just copy it and just change the first of all the trigger name, first of all the tag name. Okay, copy it and change our event, the begin checkout. Okay, change the name is begin checkout. Our all parameters is also same, and we change our trigger. So that is our begin checkout, and save it. Now our final work is we can create our purchase event. Look at that, purchase event data is used. So we just create it simply. First of all, we copy the begin checkout, that is a begin checkout. Now we just copy it and change the name, about purchase, GA4 purchase, paste here, simply change the event name, copy it and paste here, and we send our many parameters also. Okay, our first is transaction ID, so just copy it. That parameters we sent the previously, and we can send just these parameters. So the first one is the transaction ID, so copy it send here, and we find our order ID or transaction ID. So scroll down, that is our order ID. The next one is the first party collections, so just copy it and write down the true. So just copy and paste here. The second one is the user email ID, so send it and find out our email, that is our email ID. And the second one is the user first name. Okay, that is write down here, and we find our first name. That is not the product name, that is our first name. And the second one is the last name, so just copy it and paste here. We find our last name. Okay, that is our last name. And the next one is the user phone number, so find our phone number also, that is the phone. The second one is the city. Okay, just paste here, and we find the city, that is the city. And the next one is the postal code. We copy it and paste here. We find our postal code, that is the zip code or postal code, the same. And our final is the currency. We select it, country, and the final one is the country. We just copy it and paste here, and we find out our country, that is our country. So all parameters we also done, and we simply change our trigger. So just go to the trigger options and selected the purchase. Okay, we have also done. Now we can add our browser container event. So we can select, we can add another options here. We can add the event ID. So just click here and we select our event ID or deduplication. That is a very important things. The view content is done. The second one is the add to cart. So go to the add to cart options, go to the actual and select the more settings, and that is the event ID. So just select the event ID and save it. Now we can change our begin checkout tag. Select the begin checkout and select the more settings. Just put down the event ID here, save it. And next one is the purchase. Okay, and just select the more settings, select the event ID. Okay, and save it. And we can also change the base pixel. So go to the base pixel, select the settings and select the event ID. Okay, save it. So our all process is okay. Our browser container and server container is almost done, and now we can publish it one by one and preview it and look at that our all process is also okay or not, and we can success or not. So just click publish the browser container and server container also, and now we can preview the browser container firstly. Okay, continue and publish our server container. Okay, first of all our Facebook base pixel and GA4 server side all tag is also fire here. Now we can little bit activate in our website. So simply go to any kind of product page. So just go to the product page and look at that our view content event, the browser container and server container is also published here, and our server container is also incoming and outgoing also there. Now we can go to the pixel, the main things. So look at that our page view event is also fire here, and view content event is also fire here. Look at that, the time, the free 53 and the free 55, so 2 minute difference. Come to the data in Facebook pixel. So look at that our view content event, our server container and browser container, that is a browser container. So is a browser container data here, the little bit data, and our server container data is, and that is our server container data. Go to the website and select the add to cart event. Select the add to cart event. Look at that our tag assistant, our add to cart event, the browser container, and add to cart event, the server container is also fire. Our server is also done here, and go to the pixel. Look at that add to cart data come to the pixel also. Now we can go to the product page and click the checkout. Go to the tag assistant, our begin checkout, the browser container data come here, and our server container data, yes, that is server container data, and go to the pixel. So look at that, that is the initial checkout or begin checkout event is also here. And finally we submit our all kind of personal data, and just write 111, write the date, and just simply pay it. The practice purpose we just pay it, and look at that our all kind of data is also here or not. So that is come from my thank you page. Our purchase is already completed, and go to the summary, click the tag section. Look at that our browser site purchase and our server site purchase is also done. Click the purchase event and select the variables. Look at that our all kind of data is here, the city, the country, the email, the product ID, the product price, the product quantity, the product values, the first name, last name, the order ID. Phone number is not here because our website not need my phone number. And the second was is the currency, the product price, the event is purchased, the event code, the all kind of data is already published, and our work is done. And go to the server container. Look at that, that is the purchase event, our incoming and outgoing also done. And finally we go to the pixel and look at that our purchase is already done. Look at the time, the 401, the 402, the 1 minute need the Facebook pixel to send my data. So that is our all parameters is here, the browser side, and that is the all parameters here, the server side. So look at that my friend, our work is already done. You watch my video and practice it. I hope you can do it very easily. It's anything's problem to complete this work, you definitely knock me on WhatsApp, a link in the description also. And you need my this doc file, you just simply knock me on WhatsApp, I can send you the doc file link. So that is for today guys, I hope you can understand the betterly. Is there any problem, you just knock me link in the description. Thank you.